NASA's Perseverance rover makes a spectacular discovery. NASA's been researching Mars for several years. This time, they've discovered some unexpected information. I won't be surprised if they announce that Martians live among us one day. They might be watching this video. So, whether you're a Martian or an Earthling, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. One thing is for sure, NASA is not planning to leave the planet alone anytime soon. Welcome to another video on the theory of science. In today's video, we will learn about further discoveries made on Mars. Scientists are trying to find possibilities to detect water and life on Mars. You might have heard several rumors about Mars, like how aliens, feline creatures, plants, etc. might be found there, but I'm about to talk about factual information about various discoveries made on Mars. NASA sent over a rover to Mars to look for signs of past and present life on the planet. NASA's Perseverance rover has uncovered details about Mars's geological and water history. Rover has discovered that there was previous existence of water on Mars. It reveals that rocks on Mars were repeatedly exposed to liquid water. While earlier missions have found the existence of liquid water on Mars in the distant past, the Perseverance exploration of NASA was sent to take the next step by looking for the signs of past life on Mars. The $2.7 billion Perseverance rover was made to look for signs in an ancient delta with deposits of sediment and rock from a river that once flowed into the delta. Perseverance successfully landed on the surface of Mars on 18th of February 2021 at 8:55 p.m. GMT. It touched down in the 45-kilometer-wide Jezero crater, a 3.5 billion-year-old river delta that is believed to have once flooded with liquid water. Jezero crater, which lies north of the Martian equator, was a target for NASA's Mars 2020 mission and its Perseverance rover, as the crater had traces of what looked like a river delta. This could help scientists know when water flowed on the planet's surface. During its first Earth year on Mars, the Perseverance rover used its sampling arm to collect rock cores and explore the planet's geochemistry. What's fascinating is the possibility that these samples will contain evidence of past life on the planet which could have emerged billions of years ago when Mars had a warmer and wetter climate. NASA is currently investigating why Mars used to be warm and wet, now dry and cold. Well, my guess is a few years of marriage. I know the humor did click in your brain. Now, click the subscribe button. The delta's floor was composed of two types of igneous rocks, while the scientists expected them to be sedimentary rocks. The two types of igneous rocks form deep underground from magma, and the other form of volcanic activity at the surface. Igneous rocks are important because scientists can analyze the radioactive decay of elements inside them, which helps to determine how old the rocks are. When the Perseverance's samples return to Earth, researchers will be able to analyze the rocks from specific places on the surface of the planet for the first time. Crystals within them record details about the exact moment they were formed. The new research provides information on the chemical makeup of rocks. The material is mainly made of an igneous mineral called olivine and is layered by density and composition. The igneous composition of the rock reveals its volcanic origins, while the layering suggests that the material was repeatedly exposed to liquid water. The mission researchers explain how the discovery inside the crater helped solve the long-standing mystery of an olivine-rich outcrop. The olivine sample resembled Martian meteorites found on Earth and were found after Perseverance created an abrasion patch by grinding away surface material. The researchers theorized that magma in Jezero did not erupt to the surface but formed underground before being exposed over time by erosion. This might indicate that Mars may have been habitable in the distant past. Another discovery was that the igneous rocks that Perseverance has sampled so far show signs of mineral alteration by water and organic compounds. Samples from a second close-by site called Mars are also igneous but are made of a distinct composition. Because this layer overlaps the layer of igneous rocks exhibited by Seta, the Mars igneous rocks could also be formed from a past volcanic eruption. The rover has determined new evidence for ancient hot magma and abundant water on the planet. These findings provided important clues and details about the conditions in this region a few billion years ago. It indicates the Jezero crater once held a lake, and an ancient river's delta is still clearly visible today. Another exciting discovery is the existence of organic compounds in dust and rock. Whether these particular organics are from once living organisms or not is something scientists must still determine. This also isn't the first time we have found organics on Mars. Thus, Mars may not be inhabitable now, but it might have been inhabitable in the past, and who knows, things might take a turn. Well, Elon Musk's dream of making a human colony on Mars doesn't sound too far-fetched after all. The rover is now observing the river delta to collect additional samples for the Mars Sample Return mission. the Perseverance rover has obtained 13 samples from various locations within the crater. The rover will continue to gather more samples for analysis. Pieces of rock have been stored in the rover in the hope that they will be brought back to Earth for closer inspection by a future Mars mission in the 2030s. The sample return mission will be the first to transport rock and soil directly from Mars back to Earth. Scientists predict that the rock samples collected by NASA's Perseverance rover will be able to provide a timeline for the planet's geologic and water history. But for this, they will have to wait an entire decade before the samples can be returned from the Red Planet as part of the Mars Sample Return campaign scheduled for 2033. Mars is still filled with mysteries, and some are gradually uncovered. Stay tuned for more exciting videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring for more content.